So our first award goes to Justin Niebel. And at this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Steve Bobby and Justin Niebel, class of 2006, and our 2007 Young Alumnus of the Year to come to the podium. Please welcome them.
Good morning. It's my privilege to introduce to you my good friend, Justin Niebel. Justin was an outstanding business administration and communication major at Roberts. He served as Student Association class president for all 4 years, Senate Presidential Chair, Arch Ambassador Tour Guide, Freshman Seminar Mentor, Fellowship of Christian Athletes Representative, and participated in Interclass Council. Justin was also a cross-country and track captain and All-American, and participated in SIFE, which is now known as Enactus, contributing to the team's first of 3 Final Four appearances, finishing 4th in the nation in 2006. And somewhere in the middle of all that, had time to study. Justin's business faculty describe him as positive, teachable, and engaged, recalling a shy but capable young man growing in confidence and leadership. Professor Todd recalls receiving an email from Justin following a job interview during his senior year. 10 minutes into the interview for a sales development position at M&T Bank, the interviewer dropped an M&T Bank pen on the table and asked Justin to sell it to her, which he promptly and confidently did, drawing on his experiences in Professor Todd's personal selling course. Professor Carrie Starr shared that although Justin was not on the Enactus presentation team, he served as lead scout, watching and learning from other teams at regional and national competitions and suggesting opportunities to improve our team and increase its impact. That commitment endured past Justin's graduation as he continues to provide feedback and guidance to our current teams. Justin shares that the people at Roberts and his overall student experience challenged him to be an ever better person academically, athletically, and spiritually. After graduating from Roberts, Justin earned his executive MBA at the University of Rochester's Simon School of Business. Justin has worked for Windstream Communications as an account executive, for M&T Bank as an assistant branch manager. He currently serves as major account executive in higher education and government markets for Charter Communications, Spectrum Enterprise Division, where he has consistently exceeded sales goals. Justin is a founding member of the Roberts Wesleyan College School of Business National Council and serves on the Roberts Wesleyan College Alumni Council. He's a volunteer men's ice hockey coach at the University of Rochester, where he helped set up an inner-city reading program with 3rd and 4th graders and a scholarship for disadvantaged Rochester children. He is also actively involved in the Parenton Youth Hockey League, where he coaches and instructs top hockey goaltenders in the Rochester area. Justin grew up on a grape farm in Sheridan, New York, and graduated from Fredonia High School. He's married to Erin. They have 2 children, Jackson and Aubrey. Justin, thank you for your commitment to excellence. Your life bears the fruit of a trained mind, skilled hands, and a heart yielded to God. Your service to the college and the community inspires each of us to use our gifts and talents to make a difference and live lives of significance. Please join me in warmly welcoming Justin Niebel.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank President Porterfield, Dean Bovee, Kurt Kettinger, Mary Flaherty, Daryl Ring, and there's many more that I'd like to thank to be able to be up here today and accept this award. It's deja vu in a lot of ways to be back on campus. I remember myself as far as in these seats almost 15 years ago. A lot of things that Stephen mentioned I've been very fortunate, and I'm going to tell you a little bit, a couple different synopsises and stories of kind of how I got to Roberts and kind of where I am today. And I remember also being in your seats that I'll try to not be long-winded because I know that lunch is coming and I get pretty hungry myself. So a little bit about myself as far as other than everything that was mentioned. When I was growing up, as Steve had concluded, on a grape farm in Sheridan, New York. I went to Fredonia High School. One of the big things growing up was that I had loving parents, two loving parents, and also siblings that really pushed me and really set the bar and always kind of were there to guide me when I was growing up. And that really kind of aligned very well with the college as far as when I got to know Roberts. And the stories actually that I'm going to tell today, the one story is actually how I learned about Roberts, is actually when I was junior in high school, going into my senior year. I was actually I was really big into playing, in athletics and playing hockey. And actually, I had met a coach, which my dad actually had signed me up for a 5K that I thought actually we were only going to be volunteering for. But then I learned later that he actually paid for the thing as far as the race, and that I was going to run in the race, which I wasn't a runner at the time, but I inadvertently became a runner. And then the coach, which is actually a big mentor to me today, he actually had said, really, I would like you to join the team. You could be our 6th or 7th runner. I know you're getting ready for hockey, but you could do this, and then you really help our team. So with aligning with kind of how this progresses to Roberts is, the first day I ran with the team, it just was such a sense of family. There was small groups that actually ended up creating a Bible study afterwards, which really kind of started to align, and actually I started to learn about Roberts in a lot of ways. And then it was kind of the irony behind it and how small you'll actually see the world really is as far as the Roberts community and how neat it is outside. Now, looking back at it, is that one of my professors, when I was taking classes at Fredonia State, she actually had a big connection with Roberts, Eileen Button. And I know now her daughter goes here and is also a very talented athlete. But it was just neat because she kind of introduced me to understanding Roberts and the larger picture and just the many things that were beneficial about Roberts. And along with Jen Szynski, which some of you may or may not have heard of. It's a pretty good pole vaulter. Now it's Jen Scher. So with that sense of community and also knowing about Jen's experience when she was slated to go to University of Buffalo, and then when she got on campus, it just didn't feel right. And that's something that, in reminiscing and looking back as far as in preparation for today, something I actually had talked a little bit with my family and my parents, as far as the Roberts feeling is no other feeling that you'll ever have. And I can say that now, looking back at it, because it's such a sense of community to be here, even more so now because I have a family, I'm involved in a lot of different things, and I can see the sacrifices that when I was growing up, my parents and my siblings were making, but also more so now with the sacrifices that my family makes to be able for me to do a lot of the things that I do today. And I'm extremely thankful for them, because without them and my in-laws and my godparents, I would not be able to do or the person that I am today. So hindsight's 2020 as far as now I'll progress this as far as how I ended up getting to Roberts. I was actually reminiscing with Pastor Wally earlier, and even some other pastors that actually ran into Pastor Tom Kilborn yesterday. Ironically, he knew that I was winning this award. I didn't talk to Pastor Tom in probably 15 years since I graduated. So again, a huge sense of community. And when I got here, I wasn't sure exactly what I was set out to do, but understanding now that really God had an amazing plan for me, and to be as involved as I possibly could. Now fast forwarding to I'm 33 years old today, and even more so, that sense of family and that sense of togetherness and the ability to give back with not only time and service. I think my desire might be even more burning than it had been when I was here as a student. And I just encourage that even when you might be a freshman sophomore, junior, senior, just to be involved in as much as you possibly can and to always keep this place as a special place in your heart, no matter where you go. Thank you very much.